Hey everybody, how's it going? I got a new one for you today. We're playing Medieval Dynasty. It's a kind of an open world survival medieval game. And it's not like your typical survival game. If you've ever played something like Ark or Conan, a lot of the survival games have like, here's the map here. Every time you open it up, it gives you like a detailed description. So here's the map. That's the starting city, and this actually has a quest. So when you start off, you have like a story behind it. You are fleeing a war, and you're going to find your uncle in this valley. So we're gonna make our way down to the village. But like I was saying, the this actually has a story to follow. It's not a hugely deep story, but it has quests and stuff, and it's very reminiscent of something like Kingdom Come Deliverance in the graphics and just the gameplay and everything. So it's nice to have a survival game that also scratches that itch of like an RPG. You can go up and talk to people. This person's a trader. This is how you actually gain favor. You click the "Do you have a minute?" button, and then you have to like try to pick the option that they might like. Each person does seem to have different. Here he looks like he's selling animal products. Manure is good for farming, but each person does have preferences. I haven't really went through and like wrote down this person likes this person doesn't like this, but everybody does seem to have a unique personality. You got children in it, which really uncommon in games actually. If you think about it, there aren't very many games that have children in them. Animals, you can actually, if you can save up enough money, you can buy animals for your own farm. So here's the guy we got to go to for the quest. So it says he's basically just telling us that our uncle passed away. Nobody's gonna give us his stuff. They've already split it up, and we're pretty much on our own. But he does grant us permission to use as much land as we want for whatever we want. So I guess this is in some hypothetical medieval land where like there are no nobles that actually care about the land. Maybe like early medieval times before there was a large hierarchy of established lords and stuff. Just happened to find a valley with no real ownership. And it's a fun game. I played it a little bit. Basically, you go through it and you pick a place and you start building up your own little village. Like, it's not just like building a place for you to live. Like, you can befriend people in the villages and recruit them to your own village and basically establish your own little village anywhere on the map you want, as long as it's not too close. So here's the construction wheel. This is how you build stuff. So you hit Q to go to your little wheel menu, very similar to Conan. And first thing you need to craft is a stone axe, because unlike in something like Minecraft, you actually have to have an axe to chop down a tree. We got a little food with us. Again, this is a survival game, so you have to manage things like hunger, thirst, and temperature. You also have health and stamina. The stamina doesn't seem to be as big of a deal. So another thing is like with women, if you befriend them enough, you have the option to marry them. Once you get enough favor, there's also like a romance favor. I haven't really gotten very far with that, but it is interesting actually having like courting dialogue options. I wish it was a little easier to figure out what certain people liked, like based off their clothing or, I don't know, facial expressions, similar to how the barter system worked in Oblivion. Okay, so there's some berries that grow near this village, and one of the best ways to make money in the early game is just to pick berries. You get like a handful of berries from each bush that you collect from, and all berries, even the unripened ones, sell for 1 gold. So it may not seem worth it, but berries bushes are everywhere, and I believe they come back every season. And you just pick as many berries as you want. You don't really need them for food. There are a lot of other ways to get food, hunting and gathering mushrooms, but you just pick as many berries as you can and sell them all off to a trader. Pretty much anybody will buy stuff off of you. There's no real like locked in like this person won't buy this, similar to Skyrim in the beginning where like you can only sell goods to goods traders, weapons to blacksmith and stuff like that. It's not like that. Everybody will buy anything, and the prices don't seem to differ per person. That might change as the game comes along a little bit. But yeah, this game is in early access, and everything about it is just, it's probably, in my opinion, the best survival game I've ever played. I enjoy it a lot more than I even enjoyed Conan, and I was really into Conan. I feel like Conan was a little more reliant on like a multiplayer aspect, and I think that's the biggest problem with a lot of survival games right now. So, see, we just made a ton of money. And in this game, you actually have to use money to upgrade your technology tree, which is similar to like research and like a civilization kind of game. You actually have to unlock technology to get new recipes to craft. And, but yeah, this game, I don't know if there is multiplayer, but I just want a survival game where I can just enjoy it. We're going to try to make our village up in that bend there because it's a nice central location near the water, and hopefully there'll be some reeds nearby. You need reeds to make your thatch roof. And that's how you build your first house until you can get the upgrades to do other stuff. I think there is fishing in the game. I haven't unlocked that yet in either of my playthroughs. But yeah, until you can get tools, you pretty much have to pick up everything off the ground. There seems to be an abundance of resources. This place has a lot of berries too. It's just out of town past the first bridge, and there's just a ton of berries around here. I think there's some rabbits off in the woods near it. This is where I, in my first game, built my house over here. But I was trying not to build on top of the berry bushes. But yeah, there's a really good hunting spot to the west. And I figured this playthrough I would try to build a little closer to that. That way I wouldn't have to worry about traveling as far for hunting. Get some food and some resources because we're going to need a lot to build the house. But like I was saying, if you want to enjoy like a good quality like medieval survival game and you're not really that interested in a multiplayer aspect of it, this is really probably the best I can imagine so far. It's got a lot to it. And in survival games like Minecraft and stuff, you get bored. You get bored if you don't have anything to do. You build up as much as you can, and then it's like, okay, well, what do I do now? Why'd I build up? I need something to do, Oh, I didn't know there was another bridge over here. I didn't see that on the map or anything. But that's good. That'll give us a passage to the north without having to worry about going through the water. I don't think going through the water is a big problem. Okay, so cattails. I learned this the hard way. Cattails are not reeds, but reeds are normally found near them. In the starting village, if you go to the cattails there, the reeds are typically underneath the cattails, so they're like right on top of each other, so you can't really even tell the difference when you're collecting them. but I think the reeds over here are a little farther out from the cattails. So we need to start chopping down some trees. It shows you at the top what you need to do to build your house. You need to chop down a bunch of trees. So it's pretty similar to something like, I don't know if anybody's played Grounded lately, but you chop it down, split it up. The normal looking trees with the bark and everything, your typical tree like a oak or a maple, it's a maple tree, that's right. The maple trees give you more logs. You typically always get 4 logs from them when you split them, while the birch trees like this one, you pretty much only get 2 logs pretty much every time. You just kind of split it in half. There's not really a lot of branching out. Now we got a decent amount of logs. I think we need 1 more to build the foundation. And I'll show you how to start building your house. Timber. Okay, so split it up. Alright, now we got our logs. Pick them all up. Alright, I'm pretty sure we got enough, and thank goodness we do, because the carry weight's way over. You have a little carry weight wheel down in the bottom corner there next to your health and everything. And what's interesting about this is, like, you have your carry weight limit, and then after you go over the limit, it has like this little red wheel here. And if it goes all the way around like we pretty much are right now, you can't move at all. So as you can see, you just go to the wheel, go to the top where it's buildings, and place the building down. We can't really walk very much right now, so I'm going to try to put over these rocks, because I don't think there's much underneath them. No sticks or berries or anything that we're going to actually miss. I want to kind of turn it so that the door's facing towards the road, kind of have a little walkway to our house. Alright, that looks good. Okay, now you have to switch to your hammer. He gives you a hammer when he tells you can build anything. I'm pretty sure you can make your own hammer, but he does give you one. And then you can see there, you actually have to like use the hammer and hit the thing to build it. And if you have the resources in your inventory, it'll just start building it away. It's a little more interactive than just plopping it down and placing the item and it instantly building. I kind of enjoy that. I really do. I like actually building the thing, not just having it insta-build for me. But I also get kind of frustrated with like the RTS way of like taking forever to build a building and not having actually any personal agency over how fast it gets built. Gonna need some more logs to finish it up. You need a lot of logs. I don't like chopping down all the trees around my house. We got a good clearing, and we'll need that to build our farm when we get to that. Pick up a few extra sticks to help build the walls. I don't know if I prefer it or if I don't, but once you actually finish the house, it automatically fills it with furniture. And I guess like if you upgrade it, it puts better quality furniture in it. If you ever played the Skyrim Heartfire DLC, you have to buy or build furniture, but that was a mess. It was a buggy mess. Anytime I'd have my steward buy the furniture, it would like just take my money and it never show up. Or like half of it was gone even though I paid them to furnish the whole room. It was always a mess. So I definitely can see there being downsides to being able to build every individual piece of furniture. But I think like something like Conan, I've never really had a problem with doing that. So it would be nice to customize it. Although if I did have a problem on Conan, it would probably be like where you can place stuff anywhere. A lot of the times you get like clipped into a wall or something when you interact with like a chair or a bed. So I guess where everything's kind of preset, you don't have to worry about that. The game already factors all that kind of stuff into play. I think the only way you can recover health is like a banana plantain. You can eat that, or you can get oh, and don't forget the little top triangles. When you're building an A-frame like this, it's you got to put another wall at the top there on both sides before the house is considered complete. Now we're gonna need some straw for the roof, and to get that, you're gonna have to go to. Well, I guess I need some logs too. You'll have to go near the river and find some reeds and just harvest reed. You gotta kind of angle it just right. You can tell it'll hit it right when the axe actually goes over your head. It is possible to connect it with a swing, but oh, I'm getting hungry. Gotta eat something now. It'll give you warnings, especially in the early game. Chopping down trees also gives you sticks, but there's never like a great ratio. You always need more sticks. Logs are another thing that's really important. So I think we got all our logs. Let's find some reeds. Okay, I don't see any reeds in any of these cattails. Oh, we got some berries though. Nope. And there's a plantain. That's the thing I was talking about, that you eat it, it'll heal you. And St. John's wort will heal poison if you get poisoned. Only really had that happen from food sickness though, but I never eat like rotten food. Food doesn't decay very well. If you're real familiar with like a survival game, the food really does not decay very fast. I think it only decays every season. So like everything you have in spring will stay at 100% until like it switches over to summer, and then it'll go down like real fast. But then it won't rot again until it goes into fall. So that's something to watch out for. The seasons are every 3 days. So 3 in-game days switches the seasons. So you only got like 3 days of spring, 3 days of summer, 3 days of fall, and then you're in winter. So you got to make sure you're prepared for that. Get clothing and stuff. That's always the biggest thing. Oh, I think those are the reeds right there. There we go. Finally found them. Looks like we got a bunch over here too. That's good. That'll help us with building future homes. You actually have to build homes for your villagers too, if you want to build another house to invite somebody over. Get plenty of them. I want to have a little extra. Rather have extra than have to come all the way back here for just one reed. And there's our house, ready to be finished. You can see it lights up every time you equip your hammer, similar to like a build mode. So this is just kind of the starting off and my thoughts of the game. Finish up building the house and then I'll call it for this video and start working on the next video on questing. Oh, it's letting us know we need to sleep. Sleeping heals you and all that good stuff. Other than that, I haven't really seen much reason to sleep. There's not a exhaustion meter from what I can tell. But yeah, we'll finish up our house and I'll show you what it looks like, and then that'll be the end of this video. Yeah, you automatically get a little chest so we can store all our heavier stuff like our building materials in here, and that'll free up our carry weight so we can pick more berries and go sell them in the village. Alright, as you can see, we probably need to eat some. Yeah, try to fill up our food, our hunger meter a bit before we head out, as much as we can. Tomorrow we'll go hunting and try to restock our food supply. Oat rolls that you start with are definitely the best. Okay, so we'll go ahead and head towards the village. Thanks for watching, and if you like this video and want to see more of Medieval Dynasty, please like and subscribe and stay tuned for more.